This is the beginning of when the famine in Mizraim becomes very brutal. Things weren't exactly hunky-dory. Back there in the land of Goshen, the famine was just getting started. Day after day, the sun beat down. The ground dried up and cracked and turned to dust. All around, people were getting hungrier and hungrier, until there was no food anywhere except in Joseph's barns. And so people came from all over Mizraim to buy food from Joseph. Every day, crowds of hungry people pushed and shoved outside Joseph's door. "Help us," they cried. "We are starving." And so Joseph sold them the food he had saved in his barns and saved their lives. Still, day after day, the sun beat down. And day after day, people came to Joseph until all their money was spent. Their pockets were as empty as their stomachs. Well, if they had pockets, but pockets weren't invented until many, many years later. Where did they put their cell phones? Good thing they didn't have those either. Crowds of hungry people pushed and shoved outside Joseph's door. "Help us," they cried. "We're starving. We have no more money. We gave it all to you. Do you want us to fall over and die right here on your palace steps?" So Joseph said, "Bring me your cows and your goats and your gerbils and your sheep, and I will give you food." And so the people went back to their homes and rounded up all the animals they had, their horses and their cows and their sheep and their donkeys and their goats and bunnies. Well, maybe not too many bunnies. And once again, Joseph saved their lives and gave them the food they needed. But still, the sun beat down on the dry, cracked, dusty ground. Day after day, no rains came until another year had gone by. Once again, crowds of hungry people pushed and shoved outside Joseph's door. "Help us," they cried. "We're starving. You have all our money. You have all our animals. We have nothing left to give you to buy food but our land and our bodies. Please, take our land. Make us your slaves. Just give us food and seeds to plant when the rain comes again. Or do you want us to fall over and die right here on your palace steps?" So Joseph traded his food for all the land in Mizraim, every bit of it. The famine was that bad, and every living person became Pharaoh's slaves because every living person was alive because of Joseph. And Joseph said, "Now go and plant the seed I am giving you. And when the rain comes and your crops finally begin to grow again and the harvest finally comes, for every 5 baskets you fill, 1 will belong to Pharaoh. The other 4 baskets you may keep for yourselves to feed your children and for the seed to plant. But the 5th basket belongs to me." "No problem," the thankful people said. Well, maybe that's not exactly what they said. But they were so thankful to have some food to put in their empty stomachs. They were happy to do whatever Joseph asked. After all, they owed their lives to Joseph. It's a funny thing. Yah makes the sun that shines. Yah makes the rains that fall to grow the food we need. And not just boring food like grass and bark, but wonderful food like bananas and oranges and mangoes and coconuts and chocolates and cupcakes and pizza. Not that Yah makes cupcakes or pizza grow out of the ground. I have never seen a pizza farm. Have you? But Yah gives us all the stuff we need to make a pizza. He even gives us all the stuff we need to make the car the kid drives to bring the pizza to your door. What a wonderful, amazing Elohim we have. But here's the funny thing. We owe our lives to Yah, just like those people owed their lives to Joseph. Even more, because Yah gives us everything we need, more than we need. And not just the food we eat, but the sun that shines, and the air we breathe, and the ground we walk on, even the bodies we walk around in. Yah gives us everything. Those Mizraim didn't grumble and complain when Joseph asked them to give him 1 basket of food for every 5 baskets they filled. They knew that without Joseph, they wouldn't be alive. But do we grumble and complain when Yah asks us to do some little thing for him? Like spend an hour with him or do something nice for someone? Maybe it would be good to remember the story of Joseph and remember to be thankful for all that Yah gives us. So this is the end of when the famine gets really hard in Mizraim.